This conference will now be recorded.
So our today's concept is SLAs, and with the interview questions also it will cover purely from tomorrow purely into interview questions, but there is a pending concept SLA. SLAs are service level agreements. So service level agreements, when you say, for example, I have an incident, not like that. You have a mobile and you are using one tele network there. So in that tele network, you got some issue. So you have created one complaint there. So they said that can be resolved in 2 days. So they are giving particular time that should resolve. So we are setting particular amount of time to resolve the issue. So that time we can call it as a service level agreement. Okay. So for example, there is an incident is created. So that incident, we have priority 1, priority 2, and priority 3, and priority 4. So based on the priority, our incident should resolve. So for the P1 incident, that incident should be resolved in 3 hours, or P2 incident, that incident should be resolved in 5 hours, and P3 that will be resolved in 1 day, and P4 that will be resolved in 5 days. So we can make the effectiveness of the IT service management, we can improve by using SLA. Like for example, there is 100 incidents are created, so that 100 incidents, each incident, how much time to resolve that issue, we can define by using the SLAs, service level agreements. So for example, if I go to the incident form, create one incident, the default. Now it is in the self-service view, but I want in default view. Create a new incident. So when you create a new incident, select the caller, and select everything. Test for SLA. So and save it. So when you save the record in the related list, what happened? Okay. So this is what we have created in the related list. You can see the SLAs attached Why that SLA is not configure EA policies? There was a one EA policy hide related list we have. I need to delete that. So that you can see that incident related list now. So you can see the added SLAs, whatever the SLAs they created for the incident, you can see here. Now I will assign this incident to particular person. So you can assign like this and save it. So when you assign that incident to particular user, why that SLAs are not getting started? I don't know. Come on. Take the assign to. Oh God. So, see, there is one SLA attached. So it is saying there is a response, it is attached, and the response SLA, like when the incident created to, it is not assigned to any person, so that will be the response. Once now the response should be in progress. When I assign that incident to particular person, submit, and it is assigned to particular person and save it, and the response is completed and resolution should start, but it was not started, but the SLA will calculate like that. Okay, now we will set some kind of priority and we will create some SLAs for online banking system. So if you see the online banking system, and we need to add the SLAs first, related list, task SLA, and save. SLAs you can see in the task SLA related list. Okay, the task SLAs. Now, how we can create these SLAs? SLAs is nothing but for the particular task, you are putting some kind of time, you need to resolve that record within that time. For example, I have a priority here. If it is the priority critical record, I need to resolve that online banking record in 1 hour. You need to set that, and if the priority is true, we need to set that online banking record in 2 hours. If the priority is 3, you need to set that online banking record for 1 hour. for 1 day. If the priority is 4, we need to set that online banking record for 2 days. So we have to specify that kind of requirement, and we have to use and we have to create the SLAs. Now, how you can create the SLAs? Just type SLA here and SLA definitions. SLA and SLA definitions, you can see here. You click on new, under service level management, SLA definitions, click on that and click on new. So here in SLA definition, you can see name. Name is the name of the SLA. So online banking P1 critical. And there are 3 types of service level agreements. We have a SLA, we have a OLA, and we have a underpinning contract UC. There are three types of SLAs. One is SLA, service level agreement. It will be useful for ITIL agent, to end user. For example, I am working in ServiceNow instance. For example, Cyber has created one incident. That incident I am working on. I am the ITIL agent. Cyber is end user. So when the Cyber has created one incident, I need to resolve the incident in 5 hours. So I am the ITIL agent. So those kind of scenarios, the between ITIL agents and the end users, we will use the SLA and OLA. The OLA is used for within the organization or within the team. Something like ITIL agent to ITIL agent. For example, there is one incident is created, it is assigned to one particular group, and one particular person is working on that incident. Again, after some time, that incident is assigned to another group and another person is working. So both are ITIL agents only. So that time we can specify the time this incident should be resolved in 10 hours. So both the ITIL agents making the deal and making the SLA, so that those kind of scenarios they will use type is OLA. The other one is UC. UC is underpinning contract. UC is underpinning contract. So this type will be used vendors and ITIL agents. For example, in companies, some of the products we need to get it from the vendor. For example, my laptop motherboard is not working, my laptop RAM is not working. So these kind of scenarios, we need to get those hardware parts from the vendor. So we will put that waiting for vendor. That time there is one SLA will pass. So that time we can use that UC type SLA. In interviews, they will ask you the question, what is SLA? SLA is a service level agreements. SLAs used to define set amount of time for a task to reach a certain condition to ensure that incidents are closed or resolved according to the expectation set for the customers. Okay, and there are 3 types of SLAs. One is SLA, other one is OLA, other one is UC. SLA will be used for the ITIL agent to the end user. OLA will be used to the ITIL agent to the ITIL agent, and underpinning contract used to the vendors and ITIL agents. And coming. So now I'm creating SLA. And next, target. There are two types of targets for the SLA. One is response and one is resolution. For example, incident is created.
Hello.
Yeah.
What's the full meaning of OLA?
OLA is operational level agreement.
Okay. Operational level agreement?
Yes.
Okay. Then the SLA, you said something about it. You said it's used for something. I didn't get it right. I didn't get that.
For example,
okay.
SLA will be used for, like, for example, so there is a one program conducted. Okay. In that program, what they said is there is a like badminton. So badminton, you should complete the badminton within 45 minutes. The game should complete within 45 minutes. So you have to complete that game should be within the 45 minutes, or else you will lose the game. Okay, or else some escalation is going on. Like the same in ServiceNow, once the incident is created, once the any record is created in ServiceNow, some people are working on that record. So the management will say this is the issue happened, so that there is an incident is created. Based on the priority, you should resolve that incident in 5 hours. If you don't resolve that incident in 5 hours, that will be escalated to the higher management. So by using SLAs, they can identify how people are working, and they will measure the effectiveness of the IT service management. Simply we can say, for example, once the record is created, that record, the ITIL liaison should be resolved within the particular time. How much time they put for the task. So we have to complete within the time. That's it. Did you get my point?
Yes, I did.
You got or not?
Yes, I got it. I got it. That's fine.
Okay. Can you tell me the one more example if you got that my answer? Can you tell me like one example for SLA in real-time scenario?
One example?
Any example for SLA in real-time scenario? Any example? Any example? I will give you one more example. Like if you are doing some cooking, okay, if you are doing some cooking and you are heating milk, so that milk you are setting some time 5 minutes. In the 5 minutes, that milk should be heat. After 5 minutes, if you don't remove that bowl from that machine, electrical machine, you will lose your milk. So within the particular time, that 5 minutes, it should complete the process, everything. Otherwise, you are losing something. So that is kind of.
So what you're saying is something has to be completed in an allotted amount of time, or you lose it all. Is that correct?
Yes, you are right.
Okay. Okay.
Can you tell me any other example? Any other real-time example? Any other real-time example? Please, I am expecting some answer. If you understand the concept, just tell me the one example.
Like, let me cite this example.
Okay.
Okay, like, maybe I bought a car, and it could be like an accident car, and I gave it to a bodyman to fix.
Okay.
And probably the bodyman says, "Oh, okay, he's going to charge like $1,000," and I told him, "Okay, I'm gonna give it to him." Then, if he wants the whole money, let's say he now said, "Okay, I should pay him the whole money before he starts the job." That means
Okay.
he has not started the job, and he wants the money.
Okay.
Yeah, and I gave him the whole money without him starting before he starts the job. Started before completing the job.
It is not. It is not something like that. Any other example? You need to put a specified time. That's it. Other than that, nothing is there. You are giving some task to one person. You need to set some particular time, and that person should complete that task within that time.
Maybe
Okay.
For example, I
maybe
given
go
one task
ahead.
to Ibrahim. Ibrahim, I given one task for you. Okay. So there is a one requirement I given to you, and that requirement you should complete within 4 hours. If you complete that within 4 hours, you are good, and you will get a good appreciation from the team. If you are not completed, that will be escalated to some other person.
Okay.
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 So that's that kind of requirements we will use. Very simple. You are setting some particular time to resolve the task. That's it. Other than that, nothing is there.
Okay.
Can you tell me that kind of examples in ServiceNow? Now in ServiceNow, you can tell me one example. You know the incident, right? So how incident functionality will work, you know, right? So can you tell me one example for incident, direct example?
Yeah, you're given a set of data on an Excel sheet, and you're asked to come up with a dashboard within the next 4 hours to show the trend of maybe failed logins, or maybe a set of data that shows tickets that are open and tickets that are completed, and you want to
Okay.
create a dashboard that can actually show the stakeholders that these are the set of tickets that are open, these are the ones that have been completed, these are the ones that cannot be completed, and the reasons why would be all stated right there, and you're given like 4 hours to complete that. I think that's like a
Okay.
scenario right there.
Yes. If they did not complete that task in 4 hours, what will happen?
Yeah, they don't complete it in 4 hours. It means you who is given the task, or your boss, does not have any dashboard to present in a meeting. Say, for example, there's a meeting that's going to happen in the next 4 hours, and the stakeholders are going to be in the meeting, and you want to be able to show them the progress of the projects that you have on hand, something like that.
Yes. You are right. Those kind of things. Okay. Now for the online banking system. Now my requirement 1. So I'm talking about response, right? The response is something like, once that incident is created, to that incident should be assigned to particular person is response, and the resolution is from incident assigned to particular user to resolve the incident. What I'm trying to say here is, for example, once I create the incident, I am filling all the details here. And save it. Once I create the incident, from now the response will add until this is assigned to some particular user. Now one response will add here. Okay, right now it is not added, but it will add until we fill the assign to and save it. Until the assign to is empty, the response will get calculated. Once the assign to is filled, resolution will start until the state is resolved. Okay, what is response? The response is, once the incident is created to, it should assign to some particular person. If it is assigned to particular person, the response will get closed. From there, the resolution will start. Okay, the response is something like response. Once the incident is created, someone has to take care of that incident. So this guy Alan is taking care of that incident. The response is done. Once that incident is assigned to Alan, from here the resolution will start until that state is resolved. That's the response and resolution. Is it clear for the response and resolution?
Yes.
Okay, now we are going to create the requirement 1. In bank, once that record is created and it is P1, once the record is created and it is P1, that record should resolve in 3 hours. That record should resolve in 3 hours. So how we can create this requirement? So I am creating record in banking system. So my banking people are not able to resolve their account creation form within 3 hours or 4 hours. They are taking more time. Okay, so that process is don't like the management, and management set some time. Once the banking record is created, if it is the P1, so you should resolve that issue in 3 hours. So I'm creating that online banking system, and the target is response now, and it is saying 3 hours. So you have to specify the hour, and you have to give the SLA definition, and you have to follow the schedule. So we will give the schedule is 24/7, 365 days, and we have a different kinds of schedules. We can exclude the weekday. This will work 24/7. Or weekdays it will work 8/5. 8/5 in the sense morning 8 a.m. to evening 5 p.m. The SLA will run. For example, it will excluding the holidays. It will not exclude holidays all weekdays, Monday to Friday. So 8/5 in the sense 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Once the record is created 9 a.m., the 3 hours from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 p.m. we should resolve within 3 hours. If that incident is created after 5 p.m., like incident is created, or else online banking system record is created after 5, like 6 p.m. the record is created, so the people have a time till next day 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 11, till 11 o'clock next day they have a time to resolve that issue. For example, if the incident is created early morning 6 a.m., so they have a time to resolve that issue till 8 to 9, 10, 11, till 11 or till 12 o'clock. Why? Because that SLA will start 8 a.m. in the morning, so that if they are using this, but I'm using the 24/7, so I'm creating the response. The response is like once the online banking record is created, once it is until the record is assigned to some particular person, response will be calculated, and the response I'm giving like 1 minute. Sorry, I'm giving 1 minute. Once the record is created, within 1 minute the record is assigned to one particular person, or else that SLA will get breached. And here the table is online banking, and the condition is priority is P1, critical. So my SLA, there are 3 conditions in SLA majorly we can talk about: when SLA should start, when SLA should pass, when SLA should stop. So SLA will start, priority is critical, and there is no pass condition for the response. So SLA should stop, assigned to is not empty. SLA will stop, assigned to is not empty. Until the assigned to is empty, still it is the response only, but once that assigned to is filled, the response is completed, then resolution will start. So here my response is, once the online banking is record is created, that should be take it as a response, and they will start working. That is the response. Until they will start working on the record, that's the response. Once they started the working on the record, that will be the resolution. So now the critical and all, so just submit it now. It is submitted. Create one online banking record. So now I'm creating a record, HDFC, account holder name, and account number, account open date today, test for response SLA. So now if I save the record, the response SLA should attach. Come down. So why my SLA is not attached? I given my condition is priority is critical. Now if I save it, my response SLA should attach. If you count on see, my response SLA is attached. So I have put 1 minute of time. Within 1 minute, I need to assign this record to some other person. Otherwise, it will get breached. Still, I have 58 seconds to attach the record. So in interviews, they will ask you the question like, what is the business time left and business elapsed time and business elapsed percentage and all. Business time elapsed is like once the incident is created, how much time is passed. The business time left, how much time we have to resolve that issue, or how much time left to assign this record. So still I have a 58 seconds to assign this. Still I have only 4 seconds to resolve to take this record. So take the assign to. And save it. Now you can see the response stage. See, it is completed. If you don't complete within 1 minute, that will be like the SLA will get breached. So if it is breaching time, you will get escalation, you will get a bad mark. That's what the use of SLA. We can identify that how the person is working in organization by using SLAs. Higher management will go through that. See, we did not assign that incident to online banking record within the time, so it's got breached. It should not breach if you are working perfect. Okay, now again I will create one more record. Just remember, when SLA should start, the SLA will start only priority is critical. So save it. Now the response SLA is attached. I have a 59 seconds. So immediately I will assign this online banking record to one particular person. Now my SLA will not breach. So within 1 minute, I assign this ticket to some particular user. So see, within the 16 seconds you have assigned. You are good. You are getting the green color here. And you will not see that SLA breached. The previous one, SLA breach is true. You are not good that the incident, that online banking record, but this record you have worked within that time, so it was not breached. That's the use of response. The response is for creating a record to, it is assigned to some particular person. After assigning to the particular person, the resolution will start. Any doubt till here? Any doubt? Any doubt? If you understand the concept, please let me know what you have understood. Very simple, it is like priority one record. I'm setting the time. If the priority one record, the record should assign to particular person within 1 minute of time. This record should assign to particular person. If you did not assign to the particular person, that will get breached. Very simple. Any doubt, you can tell me now.
So if it breaches, does that mean it's like it's null and void, or what does it mean when it breaches?
If it is breaches, the employee is not working good. That's it.
Okay. Okay. All right.
If it is not breaching, if he is working within the time, he is good.
Okay. So, but if it breaches, that means it's not good. It's not gonna work.
Yes, it is not going to
Okay.
work.
Okay.
Any other question? Now we'll create one more SLA for resolution. SLA and SLA definitions, new. Online banking resolution. P1. And the type is resolution. The resolution will start when the incident is assigned to a particular person till the state is resolved. And this should be resolved, I can say, in 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, they should resolve that incident. Sorry, it will run 24/7. If they are not working within 5 minutes, the SLA will get breached. And here the start condition is priority is critical and assigned to is not empty. And the pass condition is state is on hold. If they put that state is on hold, for example, one user is working on one particular record, he needs to get some information from end user. So end user will not give immediate reply, so it will take time. So what I'm saying is when ITIL user needs some information from the end user, you will put that record into on hold. That time that SLA will pass. That is the added advantage. Okay, and the stop condition is state is resolved. Resolved. So cancel conditions are okay. So some particular period of time, if the start conditions are not matched, we need to cancel the SLA. So start conditions are not met, you can specify you should cancel this SLA. So and save it now. Now we can create one online banking record. Create new. HDFC. Something like that. and account holder name, account open date, account number, test for resolution. So first we need to, once that record is created, we need to check the resolution is created or not. So save. Now resolution should add, but it will not add. My resolution SLA is, my response SLA is not added to my record. Why? What is the reason it was not added? What was the reason? My response SLA is not attached. I have created online banking system record, but my response SLA should attach, right? But it was not added. What is the reason? Can you tell me why it is not added? The response SLA, why it is not added here? No idea? Hello, can you hear me? If you are not understanding, please say. If people are not understanding, I will go with the other approach. Very simple concept. Why my response SLA is not added? Hello.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Why? Because in the response SLA, we have given the condition is priority is critical, but here my priority is low. Because of that reason, my response SLA is not added to the record. So if we give the priority is critical and save it, my response SLA will get added.
So wait. So if you put it on, if you put it at low, the SLA won't show up. But if you put it at high, it'll show up.
If you put the critical, then only your SLA will start. Otherwise,
Okay.
why?
I
Because
see.
we have given that condition in the SLA.
Right.
Our SLA, for SLA, we need to consider there are three conditions. There are start condition, pass condition, stop condition. So SLA should start with the priority start condition. SLA will stop assigned to is not empty for the response one. So if we make the SLA is critical, then only my response SLA will start and the response SLA will close. It is assigned to some particular user. And if it assigned to some particular user and save it, my response will be completed and my resolution will get start. See, response is completed and priority is critical and assigned is not empty. My resolution will start now. Why my resolution is not added? Update. Oh, sorry. I forgot to change the table. That is the reason it was not added. Now you can save it. So every time you are writing the scripts, you are implementing the scripts, or you are implementing something, you should look into that online banking system, which table you are writing it. Now, if I save it, my resolution will get added. Just now I have created, right? So see, my resolution also added. So my resolution, there are 5 minutes. I set the time within the 5 minutes I need to resolve. If I did not resolve that SLA, did not resolve this record within the 5 minutes, I will get something like red. See, for the record is created, I did not assign that record to this person within 1 minute. So I got this red 120%. It should take more than 1 minute, and 120% of the time it took to assign that incident. Sorry, not the online banking record. But if you did not resolve that record within 5 minutes, you will get the error. But I will make that state is now. Oh, it is some other one. We need to give the closed complete one, the state. So here we have to specify that condition is state should be complete. And the pass condition is state is pending. If you make the state is pending, the SLA should pass. Now save the record. Now if you make the state is pending, our SLA should pass. Pass in the sense it will not calculate the SLA. See, SLA is passed, so the time will not count here. Now if I make that state is closed complete, SLA will get completed. So within the time you have completed the task, that should be green, you're working good. So those kind of scenarios, they will use the SLA. Any doubt till now? Please let me know. If you understand this concept, I will move forward. Otherwise, no, seriously. So each and every concept you people should understand from now. Why? Because we are getting to interview preparation from tomorrow itself. Understanding, not understanding, please let me know. The response and silence is I am taking, you people are not understanding. If you are understanding, then good, we are moving forward. If you are not understanding, what is the use of moving forward? I don't know.
I understand.
And Saibu,
Yeah, go
James,
ahead.
Santos.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Now I'm going to create one more SLA for my my priority is high, so the requirement 2 is, so here the requirement 1, five minutes I given, right? And the requirement 2 in bank, once the record is created and it is P2 like high, that record should resolve in 10 minutes. Now this requirement I am going to try SLA definitions. So the existing one you can use, you just open the record and do insert and stay. In the right click, insert and stay. The record will get created duplicate, and here you can specify that P2. It is something like copying existing one. And the resolution, start condition, you should change that priority is high. Stop, pass, remaining things are same. So and save it. So this is for priority 2. And you can go to the SLA definitions and you can have a look how many incidents how many SLAs we have created till now. We have created 3. One is for response, 2 for resolution. So now I will create one online banking record. Create new. Now you can save this one. First response SLA will attach. Again it will not attach. Why? Because I forgot to make that priority is critical. So now your response SLA will attach. See, response SLA is attached and it is assigned to some particular group and some particular person. And save it. Now our resolution SLA will attach. The resolution SLA is attached. But after some time, I have changed my priority from critical to low, critical to high, and my first SLA should cancel and it should attach one more SLA. Why? Because I have changed my priorities to high. So the critical incident should cancel. See that P1 is cancelled. I have changed priorities the P2 to P2 high. So one more SLA I got created. Okay, but if you see the create,
why does it cancel?
why does the cancel is previously the priority is critical, so P1 SLA is attached. That should be resolved in 5 minutes. But again, my customer is changed that priority is P2. high, so first SLA is cancelled and second SLA should attached. And as per the new SLA, we have said that SLA, if the priority is high, you need to resolve that in 5 minutes. That SLA will attach, the first one will get cancelled. Got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Saibu, you got it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Now the resolution. So the one more is attached. But if you observe that at the time of creating that record, that was started at 6:48, and even I have changed the priority and the SLA is started at the same time, not the same time, maybe a little bit low time. But what my client is asking, when you change the priority also, the second SLA should attach at the time of creating a record only. That time what we have to use is, there is a retroactive start. Go to the SLA definitions. Now you can observe this time is different. The second SLA attached time is different, and that first SLA attached time is different. There is 11 minutes, or not 11, 8 plus 9, 17 minutes, 17 seconds are difference. But my client want, if you change that priority also, some other priority, then second SLA is attaching, but that second SLA time should be the same as first SLA. So that time what you have to do is go to the SLAs, there is a field called retroactive start. So if you use this retroactive start, the retroactive start, see, SLA will start, will be the retroactive start earlier time, such as a task is created date. So once that task is created, so from there the SLA will get start. Now if you go here and save it, and here also you have to use the retroactive start and create it. You have to use the set start date is created, that I am of creating the record, the SLA should start, the second SLA also. Now if you observe this record, see both the SLA times are different. The first SLA started at 6:48 and it was cancelled at 6:48:28, and the second SLA was started 6:48:28. Still it is running on. So but my client wants the second SLA start time also the same as first SLA start. That time we will use the retroactive start. Now I will create one online banking record. Create new. HDFC. Test. Retroactive start. Very important, retroactive start in interviews. They will ask these questions only. And save it. Now if I say the priority is critical, my first SLA response SLA should add. The response is added. I want to assign to particular group. The response should complete. now, and the resolution should be added. So the response is completed and resolution is added, but some particular reasons I'm making it from critical to high, and critical SLA should cancel, and one more SLA it should add for the resolution. See, added. But if you observe the time, the start date, the first SLA cancelled one is also 6:53:37. The second SLA start date also 6:53:37. So this is the reason we are using retract to start. If someone is asking what is the use of retract to start, the use of retract to start is, for example, there is a P1 incident, one resolution SLA is attached that was started at the something like 16:53. After some time I have changed the priority to high, so that time also my second SLA should start at the time of creating the incident. That is the use of retract to start. Otherwise, if you don't make that retract to start is true, that second SLA will attach at the time of the first SLA is cancelled. So this is what the use of retract to start. In interviews, they will ask you 3 questions only. I will give you these questions information, no worry about that. I have documented those. What is SLA? How many types of SLAs? And what is response and what is resolution? And what is retract to start in SLA? That's it. Only these questions will come from interviews. Other than that, nothing they will ask. Any doubts you can ask me. Doubts. If your understanding is good, I am good. If not, let me know. I will explain again this concept. Or else, if you say you send me the recording and I will take the recording and I will practice and I will come back to you, that's also fine for me.
Repeat the retractive start.
Sorry?
The retractive start. Repeat it. Let me hear it again.
Practice time?
Yeah, the retractive start.
Or retract to start?
Yeah.
The retract to start is, see, for example, the incident is created, that is the priority one. First
Okay.
SLA is attached. The first SLA started at say 10 a.m. Okay. So some particular reasons I have changed my priority is from critical to high.
High.
So when I say my priority is high, one more SLA will attached and the critical SLA will cancel.
Oh, cancel. Okay.
That time the second SLA will start at the time of creating the record if you make that retroactive start is true. If you don't make that retroactive start is true, that record start time will be once that priority critical one record cancel time is 10:05 and the second SLA is attached at 10:06, the start time will be 10:06. If you make that retroactive start is true, the record is created at 10 a.m. The second SLA record is also that start time is 10 a.m. only. Like how we have done the example. See, the first SLA is 6:53, second SLA also 6:53. Because of I make the retroactive start is true.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah. All right.
This is the concept for SLAs. So what about the OLA and UC? Those are same, nothing will get changed. All are same, start condition, pause condition, stop conditions, everything is same. The reset condition, if you want to reset the SLA, you can give the reset condition also. You just need to make the changes OLA, that's it. But the difference is OLA will be used for the two ITIL agents SLA we use for the ITL agent and end user, and UC will be used for the ITL users and vendors. That's it. Other than that, nothing is there. This is the concept of SLAs. There are 4 questions will come. What is SLA? Types of SLAs, and what is the response, and what is the resolution, and what is the retroactive start. Only 4 questions will come from this concept. However, we have entry questions. I will forward the document for you people, and I will forward these entire questions also. No worry. So the entry questions will be in my doc. See, these are the total 93 interview questions. I will make it these questions to only 60 or 70. See, there is a related to SLA questions. What is SLA? Types of SLAs. What is retroactive start in SLA? What is response and resolution in SLA? I have already prepared that. And what are all the conditions we have? Start condition, pause condition, resume condition, start condition. Those things. I already prepared this document. I will send it to you, this document, guys. If you prepare this document completely, you can clear interview very easily, dead easy. However, we are doing some one real-time project next week. Don't miss the next week classes. Everyday class we have 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. You people can decide. So we will do the alternative days. Why? Because I have another session in the morning. So alternative days we'll do it, and we'll do the mini project, real-time mini project. So the next concept is configure dictionary. What we can do with the configure dictionary from the field level. So using configure dictionary, the configure dictionary is something like, once the record is here, so if you right click on the field, go to configure dictionary, you can find the relation between the table and field values. So configure dictionary will give the information between the table and field values. Field information will give. Configure dictionary will give table, and field information will give the configure dictionary. And from the configure dictionary, you can see type of the field, the bank name is string field, and the backend name and the length. We can make it a field from read only, mandatory, and display from the configure dictionary. You can make that field is inactive. If you make that active is inactive, make it false. You will not use you will not use this field. You can do that from the configure dictionary, and you can specify that choice, drop down or without drop down and all, and you can make the default value. If you make the default value at the time of creating the record in the field, you can see the default value, and you will have advanced view also. If you make that advanced view, you can see multiple sections, something like reference specification, calculated value. If you make the calculated value, this will be useful for the reports. So whenever you are doing that SLA metrics and all, so calculation field will be useful, and make the default value if you want. And there is a dictionary override. So the dictionary override is, what is dictionary override? Is someone is asking you the question, what is dictionary override? For example, I have a task field, task table. In task table, I have a field short description. So the short description is mandatory in my task table. So incident table, it is extended from the task. So the short description is mandatory here. Since it is extended from the task, it is also mandatory from here. But my client is asking, I don't want short description to be mandatory in incident. Client is asking, don't make short description mandatory. So what you have to do is you can use the dictionary override to make short description not mandatory. To make short description not mandatory. So that's the use of dictionary override. So someone is asking you, what is dictionary override? Dictionary override is dictionary override provides the capability to override several properties like read-only, mandatory visibility of the field in the extended table. For example, there is a change table is extended from the task table. There is a field name status task table and set read only. When we use this change form, it will show read only. But the client is asking not read only. By using the dictionary override, you can override that read only property in the extended table. Like the same is what I am saying is, for example, in the task table, my short description is mandatory. So that short description, since the incident is extended from the task, the same short description is mandatory in my incident table. But my client is asking, don't make that short description mandatory. So by using the dictionary override, I can make my short description is not mandatory. So where we can do that? From the configure dictionary, we can do that. So go to the record. Go to the short description. It is not mandatory in the task table. So by using dictionary override, we can make that short description is mandatory. So go here, dictionary override, create new. So take that, sorry, online banking system. We are overriding the mandatory. So override is true. Mandatory. Submit. Now you open that, but this field is from task. But you have done the dictionary override and you make that field is mandatory here. Where is that? Okay, mandatory here. Override mandatory. See, override mandatory is true. So this field is from task table. In the task table, they did not make mandatory. See, mandatory is false. But online banking table, the short description should be mandatory. Why? Because by using the dictionary override, we made that field is true. That is the use of dictionary override. See, mandate. Did you understand the dictionary override? Did you understand the dictionary override? Any doubt?
No doubt. I understood it.
Better I will close now.
This conference will now be recorded.
So there are the plugins in ServiceNow. Plugin is something like there is a modules are implemented predefinedly by ServiceNow itself. That time we need to activate the plugin. To use that module. For example, there is a GRC module. The client is asking there is a GRC module for governance, risk and compliance. Governance, risk and compliance. So this module, when I come here, if I try to use risk, or compliance, oh, that one is already activated. And if I say the discovery also there. So there is a module is like we don't have in ServiceNow, but that module should be implemented in ServiceNow. Like there is a SCCM integration. By using that SCCM integration, all the things are implemented. You just need to activate that plugin and you can use it in ServiceNow to import that outside data into ServiceNow. So that time we need to activate the plugin directly. Say plugins, click on plugins. You will get the list of plugins here. So I want to activate the SCCM plugin. So type SCCM here. So ServiceNow has implemented these modules. So the latest SCCM I will be installed. So click on install. Activate. This is something like JDBC integration SCCM is. So it will get activated. You can do that integration by using the SCCM. Nothing you can do. You need to change some kind of parameters. If you type Google SCCM with ServiceNow integration, you will get to know. So it will get 100%. So once it is activated 100%, that plugin is activated or not, you can check it in the filter navigator. So it is activated. Close and reload the form and type SCCM here. You can get all the modules. See, we got everything related to the SCCM. These all are related to SCCM. We just activated that plugin. You can able to use the module. That's what the use of plugins in ServiceNow. If people can activate the discovery plugin, GRC plugin, performance analytics plugin, there are many plugins in ServiceNow. There are many modules. ServiceNow is implemented like hell day by day. There are many things implemented by ServiceNow. So this is what we need to activate the plugins. That is the plugin concept in ServiceNow. So I will send you this recording.